So most people have been asking, how do we get into a routine with a toddler? And I've just been thinking, so I thought I'll do this video just to share with you my own personal experience. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you all know, my name is Esosa Erica, and today we're going to be sharing how to get your toddler into a routine. So I've got my notes here. I've just put some points down. So for me, I think one of the things I did, like what I focused on, remember in my last video, and if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to be leaving it up here. So you can go back and look at it and then continue with this one. One of the things I did that I personally started with was getting the bedtime routine. So I started with that because remember I did say that in my last video that it was really too much for me at a point. So I had to take a step back and then started learning and thought to myself, okay, I need to get into a routine. So the first step that I did was getting the bedtime and the morning right. So the bedtime, I just had to like pen it out and say 8 p.m. is going to be bedtime routine. And so I started with that. And then the morning as well. So it's basically the bedtime. If you fix a specific time. So if you want to do 9 p.m., if you want to do 8:30 p.m., depending on your work schedule. So whatever works for you. But what I would say is that you have to stick by this. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to like put baby to bed 8 p.m. today, and then tomorrow you're letting baby stay awake till 10 p.m. So what you're doing is you're messing up the routine, and you're sort of like confusing their brain. So if it's gonna be 8 p.m., so what that means is even though you are at work, your nanny, your babysitter, whatever, let them know that listen, her bedtime is 8 p.m. or his bedtime is 8 p.m. So whether you are there or not, they need to be in bed by 8. It's going to be difficult at first, especially if your toddler is already like 3 and above. So it's easier to train them from the age of 6 months. It's easier, so that way they just follow suit. But by the time they've turned 2 3, it becomes a bit difficult, but it is still achievable, right? So at first they will rebel. Oh my god, they will definitely rebel. They will throw tantrum because it's like, what are you doing? I am not used to this. What is all this happening? Why like you just imagine your own self, put yourself in their situation. So that's exactly how it is. So what I would say is get your bedtime right. So say to yourself, discuss with your partner. If you are not a single parent, sit your partner down and say, listen, we need to get this right. So for both you and your partner, you guys need to come up with a plan so that by 8 p.m. and then this, so for a 3-year-old toddler, for instance, they do understand, they know more than what you think they do. So speak to them as well and say, oh, I don't know, whatever name your so going forward, we're going to put in a new schedule and your bedtime is going to be 8 p.m. It's not going to be easy at first, as I said, but just go with it, stick with it. Do not change the routine. So that's one of the things. And then I also have another point. So during the day, what I did was I created like a resting time. So have like a resting time. So just it doesn't matter what kind of property you're living in, find a small space, where they can just go, play, rest, just let them just have that time to themselves, even if it's for half an hour, and another thing I would say is that by the time you get your nighttime routine right, and then the morning also follows. So if say they go to bed at about 8:30, or thereabout, or 8 p.m. 9. I would say don't make it later than 9. Please do not make it later than 9. And then 7 o'clock ish, they are awake. So also make their morning waking up time the same, so that their body just gets used to it. Their body adjusts. And the truth is that when it comes to toddler, their body adjusts very fast and very quickly. So get the same time for their waking up time. So what that means is that sometimes they might even be awake before. So I remember with my toddlers then, as I said, like they go to bed. So 8 o'clock they are in bed and they come out at 7 o'clock. So even though they are awake, I hear them. I know they are awake because I see them. I know they are awake, but I don't get them until 7. And I think because they've been trained, they don't even cry. So they are basically like just used to it. And maybe because they are also three, so they find company. They find company in each other, because I know they are sometimes they wake up 6 o'clock and I just hear them giggling and all that and all that. But I actually do not go in there to get them until 7 o'clock. So that's just how their body have been trained. So you can do the same thing. So rather than getting them, because by the time they are toddlers, they already should be sleeping through the night, especially when they've had a long day. So instead of just staying at home and watching TV and being on CBBS, I think now it's Miss Rachel that everyone is on, Coco Melon. Instead of just being on those channels all day, go out to the park, do something. Tire them out. Make sure, especially when it's getting closer to the evening. So do all these things. So that's by the time they come home, you're preparing for dinner and you are preparing to get them to put them in bed. And then when they sleep, that's it till morning. So that also gives you a bit of a break. And then for the in between, when I say in between, that's the morning till the bedtime, you can fill those time with activity. As I said, do go to park, do something. Feel that if they've not started nursery, if they are still at home, if they've not started going to nursery, then you come up with activity, even if it's even like book activity, because again, you are making use of the brain. So do something with them rather than just leaving them. And also maybe their food, you start introducing a time for them to have their meal as well. By the time you're doing that, you're just kind of like, you know, getting their body used to these things. And even up to snack. With my little ones there, snack time used to be 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock, they know it's their snack time. And I think the days they don't go to school, even till now, that's still, it's still like in their head, 11 o'clock is my snack time. So just, get into it. It's going to be a lot of hard work. I'm not even saying it's going to be a walk in the park. It's not. It's going to be a lot of hard work. But trust me, this is something you would enjoy in the long run. I know what I'm saying. It's something you would enjoy. Because if you don't do it now, at the end of the day, everything will come back to bite you. So everything will still come back at you. So it's something you enjoy in the long run. Especially for those that maybe now have a toddler and also have a baby as well. I mean, come on, come on. So you need your toddlers to get into a routine so you can have time for your baby. When I say baby, now I mean like those the babies that are like a year, 0 to 1 year old. So yeah, I just thought I would share that going by my last video. So as I said, if you haven't seen my last video, sorry that I'm putting my eyes, I'm just looking at the point, if I've touched the points that I wrote down. Yeah, I think that's it. So if you haven't seen my last video, please do so. I'll be leaving it. I'll be leaving the link in the description box. So just click on it, look at it. What I would say is, as I always say, it's never easy, but just start it. And by the time you start it, you realize that, oh, okay, and just start it and get into it. My Bible says that it's not of he that willeth, it's not of he that runneth, but it's of God that shows mercy. I said this before. Parenting thing, nobody has it all figured out. Always just commit it into the hands of God and let him show you how. and just give you the wisdom on how to be a better parent. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye now.